This is gonna be my Berachain trading video update. We're gonna go through the project, we're gonna go through the crypto markets here, see what it's all about. We're gonna talk about from the beginning, how I implement my own strategy, how I execute it, and kind of like when I enter a trade, a short or long position, because you guys know I'm not here to buy and hold projects. I invest in the trends and trade the trends, extracting money when projects are going up or going down. And as you can see here with Berachain, we have some pretty good examples of nice entry and exit points. We have right here, for example, a very nice uptrend. And right here, right now, a very solid downtrend, following pretty much the rest of the market. This is an amazing example here of when you can enter and exit a project, but there are some key things to keep in mind when entering and exiting as well. Some technical analysis that I will do live here in this video, so that's why we're starting completely blank here today to go through the project. But starting from basically the entire market, we can see that altcoins, the topic for altcoins on Google Trends, it's basically down in the toilet. It's not looking too well. It's looking pretty shit, but we don't care because we are trading the trend, so we're not here to buy and hold. But it's good to know that the general interest in crypto at the moment is at a all-time low, going back like a year or so. If we look in between the other bull runs, we can see that it kind of dipped this low and we hit the same peak right here, which is telling me probably that the amount of people in crypto is kind of capped out at a certain point. So what I mean with this is that through every cycle, a certain amount of people are entering the market, a certain amount of people leaving the market, depending on if you're going into a bull run or a bear market, or when the market is crashing, then more people are gonna be leaving the market. What I think then happens is that some people stay in the market for the utility, and that's why we see a general higher trend here. And that is also why we see interest of altcoins and crypto in general being higher in countries like Nigeria and similar, where cryptocurrency as a utility is much more needed in order to make the economy work. Looking here at the crypto fear and greed index, we can see that it's pretty clear that it's crashed very far. It hit a low all the way down here of 15 and is now at 17. I think it could stay here for a little while. We all know the global market is tanking here as well. Rest in peace, my global index funds, but that's a topic for another day. It's kind of what I do with crypto. I extract money in crypto and then invest in the global index fund to watch it grow over time. I think this is also a very important one. The altcoin season index basically shows the relationship between Bitcoin and altcoins, and it explains for us basically where the money is in crypto right now, not where the money is being made, but where the money is relaxing. We can also see some pretty cool things here, like top 100 coins performance over the last 90 days, and I would say that this is something you can just pretty much straight up ignore. Yes, you could use all of these downtrends here as an example, but looking here, for example, on BERA or Form and seeing massive gains, that doesn't mean that those projects will do that again. It just means that probably the project was listed within the last couple of 90 days and pumped from the listing price 300%. And we can see that when we go into BERA. Berachain has been a project on our list now for quite a while. And I know not long ago I started a Patreon community where we did all of the trading signals, basically following projects along so that people can join in on the trades and extract money with me at the same time. Basically, I would announce my trades, entering and exits live, and we're gonna do something like that here real soon as well, start up the community. It was just so much work for me to maintain the community and all of the trades and enters and exits, but now I have some people helping me, so we're gonna set up the community and we're gonna do the trading signals and all of that again. It's gonna come here soon on the YouTube channel, so stay tuned for that, but you will be able to take part in all of the enters and exits, and you can just see for yourself here on Berachain how well this is working. For example, everyone buying here in the downtrend have been losing money, but you, for example, with the indicator would know that you could just short the project. 44% gains in just this little move here. Absolutely amazing. But the key things we need to keep in mind here when entering and exiting the project are the support and resistance level. If we put out some horizontal lines here for the support and resistance levels, I think we would find a support level right around 5.5. Yep. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 touches and a little noise all the way back here. But this is clearly a support level. And when we look at other support levels, we do have more here at around the 5.8 to $6 level. I would actually say it's more around the 5.8 level. The resistance level, it reaches from like between 5.8 to $6, but right around here is a support and resistance level, which is very important for when the project changes trend. If it does, then we will have all of these levels set out here already, so we can track them for when it's about to hit them, because it will be a point of resistance when it's going in the other direction. Perfect for when we know when to enter or exit the trades later on here, because as we know, it's all about extracting money over time. So the projects will be going for quite a long time. We will be trading these projects pretty much for as long as there is volatility. Looking at higher levels here, they are not that relevant right now, but we can put up the lines just to have them on the graph, pretty much just prepared for the future. We have 3 touches here, well, in the beginning as well, but that's just so volatile. I would say right around it's on the $9 level, but more clearly it's around the $8.9 level. And that is just because of, you know, people know that it's going to hit the $9 level, so they put in their trades at the $8.9 level, or well, 8.91 or whatever, you know. So we have multiple touches here, but as you can see here, people are like, oh shit, it's going for $9. So they put their trades a little bit below, like $8.7, $8.8 instead. That's just the name of the game. That's how it's played. But what we can do now, this is the most amazing part, looking at other projects that we have traded before here. We know that the trend is both on the 4-hour time frame and on the daily time frame. Checking in on the daily time frame, we have the slower, more steady trends. And as you can see, it's been very volatile, bouncing in between here, but now finally breaking through the support level. Now I know this sounds terrible, like we're celebrating the fall of a project, but remember, we're here to trade the trends, trade the projects. We don't actually care that much about the projects themselves. Yes, I want crypto to do good because more people in crypto, more opportunities to trade. At the end of the day, the entire crypto market is just, it's a little bit messed up. All of the projects are a little bit messed up. So we're here to trade instead of investing in the actual tech. But just looking at this trend here, we have a solid downtrend confirmation on the daily time frame, meaning we actually have had the opportunity to trade on the daily time frame, and you would be in profit here, over 25% in profit. On the uptrend here as well, you would actually be in a break even depending on if you sold here or not. What I do when I use my stop loss is I set my stop loss at negative 30%, and then I move the stop loss into profit. So if you traded this here, you would have moved the stop loss probably over 20% into profit, and then here your stop loss would have been triggered. So this would be a 40% gains with 2x leverage. That's the way we trade. And then from here, you would just sit idle and do nothing all the way until you get a downtrend confirmation. And then you put in another short. You put in the short position right around here, ride it all the way down, making massive amounts of gains. Once again, 34% gains all the way down here on the daily time frame. Now, the key thing here to keep in mind is that I usually enter the projects on the 4-hour time frame in order to get in early, but we hold the projects on the daily time frame. What I mean with this is that we can enter a project on the 4-hour time frame here. We enter a short right here. That will be a short position right around pretty much $7.7, meaning we would have made a lot more money by now. And if we measure from $7.7 all the way down to where we are right now, that would be 44.48%, or almost 100% with 2x leverage. But the key thing here is that we enter the projects on the 4-hour time frame, and now you can ride it on the daily time frame. If this project just keeps on going down but has some volatility along the way, you move your stop loss into profit. Let's say you want to securely move it all the way down here to a support and resistance line, which makes perfect sense. It would give you a little bit of a buffer, actually 2 buffers here. So let's say you move it into $6.1. You put your stop loss here. That's a guaranteed 36% gains. Absolutely amazing. And then you just let the project ride on the daily time frame, and you avoid all the noise. You check on in the morning and in the evening, and we check on how the trades are doing. That is exactly how we are trading Berachain, and that is pretty much going to be the update for Berachain. The trades are going really, really well, and we're just sitting there holding them, riding the trend at the moment. I'll keep you guys up to date with Berachain here and how I'm trading it. If you want the live updates on exactly when I enter and when I leave the projects or leave the trades, then you can see that on the Patreon. I'll post it live there every single morning when we are trading. Usually I'm not trading on the weekend, but that's just what I do. I kind of turned this into a job more than a hobby, making more and more money, so I kind of treat it that way as well. I don't let it take over my life. But if you want the live updates, you can see them on the Patreon. But other than that, that is the Berachain update concluded. If you have any questions, just drop it down below and I'll make sure to answer it for a future video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.